Today, I'm introducing the official release of my electrical needs calculator, and let me make it clear right away, it's available to you for free. I've been working on it for a while because honestly, I'm getting tired of those unreadable Excel spreadsheets. So I thought it was necessary to have a much more practical tool, because a lot of you don't know which battery to buy in terms of capacity. I get so many messages where people tell me, I have this or that solar panel, or I want to replace my lead acid batteries. Which lithium battery should I get to replace my gel battery bank, and so on. So here, we're going to tackle the problem the right way. First, we'll assess your needs. That means all your devices, your power consumers, how long you use them, and their power ratings. And thanks to that, you'll have a real value you can rely on in watt hours to choose your battery and then your solar panels. I'll start by showing you the electrical needs calculator. Then we'll do a case study, and keep in mind that this works for 12-volt batteries, 24-volt batteries, or even power stations. You'll see. But before that, you'll find this calculator in the description, and you can also find our electrical diagram pack below the video if you want to go a bit further. Let's get started with a quick overview of the tool. First step, you choose your voltage, 12 volts or 24 volts. If it's for a portable battery or a power station, it doesn't matter. You can just leave it at 12 volts. You indicate how many days of autonomy you want to have without solar production and without recharging with a DC-DC charger, just relying on your battery's reserve. By default, it's set to 2 days. That's a good starting point. It's actually kind of the basic standard when estimating your autonomy. Don't start off with things that are too complicated. Just go with a properly sized battery. From my point of view, you should be able to last 2 full days in the worst case scenario, meaning with no input. Second step, consumption. And here, I didn't want to leave you with a blank list to fill out. The tool already comes with typical devices sorted by category. For onboard comfort, we've got the fridge, the water pump, the roof fan, lighting, and charging for your LED spots, your phone, your laptop, and possibly your 4G box. Then there's the 230-volt kitchen. Here, you might have a coffee maker or a kettle. You could also add an induction cooktop. You adjust the quantity, the number of hours or minutes of use per day, and the power if it's different from yours. And if a device is missing, you add it using the drop-down menu like I just did, or you create a custom device. And of course, you can delete everything that's set by default to start from scratch. As you go along, the total updates at the bottom, you can see your daily water needs and the equivalent in ampere hours. And right next to it, the minimum battery capacity you need for the requested days of autonomy with the safety reserve already included. Third step, your charging sources. So you can disable it at first or not, it doesn't matter. You activate solar if you had it. You choose the season, summer, mid-season, or winter, the number of hours in full sun, and the power of your panels. But in any case, everything can be adjusted manually. Exposure time, efficiency. I know this is a topic where no one will agree, so I made it fully customizable. And you activate the road option if you drive with a DC-DC charger by entering your daily driving hours and the charger's amperage. And finally, the recommendation. The tool shows you a production versus consumption summary, along with the number of days of autonomy to get. There's a slider you can drag to adjust your safety reserve and see the live effect on the recommended capacity, ranging from a minimum of 10% to a maximum of 50% for lithium only, because I really hope you're not planning to buy a lead acid battery. Below that, you'll find my recommended lithium battery from WattCycle, which matches your exact needs, along with a detailed breakdown of the calculation. And if you prefer an all-in-one solution without having to install anything, there's also the Aferi power station as an alternative. Well, this last part is just for your information. If you don't like these brands, you're obviously not obligated to order from them. Alright, let's still do a quick case study. I chose a profile that does a bit of cooking in the van, not just a fridge and 2 light bulbs. So for comfort, I have a compressor fridge that runs 15 hours at 50 watts, which comes out to 750 watt hours per day. A 50 watt water pump running for 15 minutes, which is almost nothing, 13 watt hours per day, a roof fan for 3 hours at 30 watts, that's 90 watts, and an inverter that stays plugged in on standby for 8 hours at 15 watts, which is 120 watt hours per day. Standby might not seem like much, but over time it adds up. For lightning and charging, 6 5-watt LED spotlights running for 4 hours add up to 120 watts per day. 2 phones to charge, 3 hours each, that's 180 watt hours per day, and a laptop for 2 hours at 120 watts, which is 240 watt hours. And where things really change is the kitchen, which runs on 230 volts. A coffee maker at 1035 watts for 10 minutes uses 225 watt hours per day, and an induction cooktop at 1500 watts for 20 minutes gives us 500 watt hours over the day. By themselves, these two appliances account for a third of the total consumption. Total estimated consumption for the day, 2,237 watt-hours, which is 174.8 ampere-hours per day at 12 volts. I'm asking for 1 day of autonomy without any input, with a 20% safety reserve. The calculator gives me a minimum of 2,797 watt-hours, and since batteries come in fixed sizes, it rounds up to the next available real solution. Here, a watt cycle with 314 amp-hours, so 4,019 watt-hours. With this capacity, 3,215 watt-hours are available for the trip, and 804 watt-hours remain in reserve, which we never touch. Without any recharging, this battery alone lasts 1.4 days. Now, I add my charging sources. 400 watts of solar panels in summer with 6 hours of full sun and a 75% efficiency. And I drive 2 hours a day with a 30 amp DC-DC charger. As a result, the energy balance comes to 2,491 watt-hours produced versus 2,237 watt-hours consumed. And now the calculator actually shows unlimited autonomy. I'm producing 254 watt-hours more than I consume each day. That's the ideal case, but there isn't always 6 hours of sunlight in a day. If I switch to just 1 hour of charging on the road, my daily production drops below the estimated consumption. And you can also estimate all this with just a 400-watt solar panel, which still gives you some autonomy if there's plenty of sun every day. There you go. I think you get the idea. You can play around with it as much as you want. It's free. And if you prefer a system with zero installation, the tool also offers the portable power station alternative. Here, with an Aferi P280 and an extension battery, we get a capacity of 4,096 watt-hours, which means a day and a half of autonomy without recharging. That's about the same result as with the watt cycle battery. There you go. I hope this kind of tool helps you design your electrical setup. Feel free to leave me comments with suggestions for improvements or to report any issues. Of course, I can always improve it. I designed it to be used on a phone as well, so I hope it will be pleasant to use on any device. Thank you, and see you very soon.